10:17 right now, Long Island Jewish. Suspicious behavior is going on right now. We have a dispatcher and a driver lollygagging. It's 10:17. Why isn't the run being filled? Just wanted to quickly show you, and this is what my theory has been correct. This is what you get with Queens Village. You get nothing from Queens Village these days. Nothing. You don't see this happen to Casey Steingle, or maybe even College Point. I don't know. I mean, the driver right now, he's just talking to a dispatcher or maybe his fellow colleague, and this is ridiculous. We're supposed to be on the road right now. It's 10:17. I rushed over here because I honestly wanted to do a nice video for you all again today. We're on our way to Brooklyn right now, folks. We're going to fight for ADA accessibility at Hoyt Street Sherman in downtown Brooklyn. I figured I will lay down the agenda today. I will be going to my usual station. Then I will be going to Kew Gardens, Union Turnpike, right? And I'll be transferring to the G line from the E. That's how we're going to do this. And I want to do get some stuff in Kew Gardens because, there's nothing in downtown Brooklyn that interests me. Only Kew Gardens has what I want. Because I know the area very well, for crying out loud. But I'm hoping the 10:23 one gets filled because this is ridiculous. I mean, there's a driver with a coffee in his hand. I mean, take a look at this. He's just lollygagging. How is this acceptable? How? I wanted to show. Now we have another bus coming. This better be the 10:17. 3 buses not in service. I mean, this is what you get with Queens Village. And they have, oh no, you gotta be kidding me. This vehicle shouldn't be here. The bus needs room. Unbelievable. Alright, let's see if this is going to be our bus, because this is ridiculous. I mean, this is just ridiculous. How in the world do you not go into service on time? This better be our bus. Let's see if he's, I think he's lowering it, so that's a good sign that we may be, alright, we have a situation right now. Alright. I think he's coming out. Yeah, we got a situation. Let's see what's happening. Hopefully this is going to be 10:23. Again, this is ridiculous that they don't fill this run. Let's see if he's going in service. Let's see if these people are getting on board. Yeah, we're going into service. And we're going to be leaving 3 minutes late. Yeah, we were supposed to leave 3 minutes ago. I know. Again, Andy Byford needs to know what's going on, because this behavior needs to stop. This is literally another example of what we have to deal with at Queens Village. How much more of this behavior do we have to take? Those drivers over there shouldn't be lollygagging. 10:17 means 10:17. That's what it means. Not 10:21. We're now leaving 5 minutes late. And we're idling now. And now we're barely going to be on time for the 10:23 run. We got another problem. I don't know if this engine's going to hold up again, because guess what we're on? Orion 7 Old Gen. Here's the number. Let's zoom in. Can't get it for you, but I'll tell you the number. It's 6852. That's our bus number today. Yeah, some of these seats don't look right. Uh-oh. That's what we got, folks. Squeaky brake syndrome. That's what I call it now. That's what Pine Power told me to call it. Squeaky brake syndrome. There's leaky tailpipe syndrome from what Randomness 10 told me about, and then there's squeaky brake syndrome, what Pine Power LI told me about. Yeah, listen to those brakes. That's not a good sign. Speaking of which, I have good news. I had just found out that the 2019 Novabus LFS will be coming next year. So that is excellent news that we're getting the new fleet. Now the only problem is the bus is going to have USB charging. That's the only question I need to know about, because next year is a turning point for the MTA, and 2020 will be too. Because you have the new fleet coming in. Hopefully this dumpy Orion 7 old gen will go. Many of them like it. 2019, we're going to have the M9s coming. M9s are going to have a lot of new amenities, which I'm very excited to hear from, because Matt Camper was talking about it in his video the other day from the committee books. And then not to mention 2020, the new Penn Station's opening. That's why I think this awful year at the MTA is going to eventually end, and we have to hope next year, the year after that, and I'm going to say this again, if we want real change, and I'm making it a little bit political, we all do our part on November 6th, and we vote for Mark Molinaro. We all do our part. And, more importantly, we all vote for Keith Wolford. Because then maybe he can charge Andrew Cuomo with something. With corruption, even if he leaves office. We can get some justice. I mean, the opioid thing is a thing too. I mean, I support him for that. But we all have to do our part. We all need a wake-up check. Because I don't know how much more of this I can take. Because it's almost been a year since that awful day in 2017. And it's just going to be sad that I may have to end up with the same situation I did last year. So I hope it doesn't happen again. As you saw today, was intolerable behavior. And in the short run, Andy Byford, Darrell Irick, it's your job to keep an eye on this behavior. It's your responsibility to keep an eye on the maintenance. Till then, we all have 2 weeks. 2 important weeks. Tonight, I'll mention it, there's a debate. Cuomo is debating Molinaro on Channel 2. It'll be on the CBS New York YouTube page. In fact, I'll update this video later on. There'll be a card when the debate is posted on the CBS New York YouTube page for you all to watch the debate. Because it'll just show that Andrew Cuomo does not deserve our vote. Because look at this. This is just one of the many examples of Andrew Cuomo's plague. Alright, the brakes aren't squeaking now, but they were squeaking earlier. They were making an awful noise earlier, and that didn't sound good. Let's just hope we're not going to get overcrowded, because I'm not giving up my seat. I'm not. I got the seat, and I'm not giving it up. So, I'm going to show you again my civic duty as a citizen to be reporting this stuff to you all. We've been having problems in the subway this morning, folks. First issue, a person fell onto the tracks of the 7 line, and the 7 is still having problems right now. And this is not good for the people transferring at Jackson Heights Roosevelt, number 1. And number 2, I just found out that there were signal problems on the E and the F line. And for the past 35 minutes, they had to have service on the E and the F run local between Forest Hill, 71st Avenue, and Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue. Thankfully, that situation has been taken care of. So, people better be using some common sense and just stay on the E and the F line if it's accessible to a 7 train station. Because honestly, you're not getting anywhere in the 7 right now, that's for sure. Thankfully, I'm only taking the E line. But I wanted to quickly mention that because I almost got screwed this morning, and many other people on this bus could have gotten screwed too, because we're already at full capacity pretty much. I'm not going to show it, but pretty decent crowd on this bus today. Meanwhile, we have a leader. 6453 is in front of us. That's some decent news that another bus is going to be picking up passengers at Palade Place. And, it just comes to show that, again, sometimes there's no disorganization. And that's the first time this entire ride I have noticed the brakes squeaking. It's been a quiet ride, but noticing the vibration because we're right in front of the other bus. And I don't know, something could be wrong with 6453. Because we're not having any problems. Our engine's fine. It's 6453 that could have a problem. Let's just hope that that bus isn't having any issues, because we're accelerating fine. It's just that the brakes are an issue on the 6852. We're almost to Kew Gardens Union Turnpike, and thank goodness my express service is not going to be impacted now. So that is a very good sign. Now on the 4th Square 23rd Street, take a look at this. No ADA accessibility. None. None. I don't see any elevator. Not see one elevator on the entire platform. See what I mean? Take a look at the stairwell. Exactly. No ADA accessibility. None. It's a major station. And this is what I mean. This is exactly why we're going to Hoyt Street today. Because no other station on the G line should have to suffer through this. What if somebody is handicapped, on a wheelchair, and wants to go down to the platform to get into Manhattan using the E or the M line? That's why we're going to speak up for ADA accessibility. I think we want to show you this nice artwork here. Nice artwork. I like it. The only negative thing is if you transfer to the 7 train here, and I've done this once, it's a long walk. But thankfully, the G line is not a long walk. I can confirm that. But if you do take the 7 from here, and you transfer from the E line, the only negative thing is you have to walk right past the Citibank building. And I do see the stairwell for the G. So I'm going to get on board, and we will be on our way to Hoyt Street in downtown Brooklyn. Epic fail on car 2887 on the G right now. Apparently, this door is not working. And this is not safe. Alright? This is not safe for interborough travel. We're on again at the car number 2887. How is this acceptable? How? And the thing is, all the doors, I snuck in through this door. I just snuck in through this door. But this is what we have to deal with, because we are going through hell. Let me take a look at this. I mean, how is this safe? Thank goodness the doors just opened, because there was an obnoxious passenger in that car. Thank goodness the doors are closing, because now we're in car 2886. And, Hopefully we are going to be moving shortly. But again, this is what we have to deal with. Another homeless person. And you know who this is brought to you by? Bill de Blasio.
The next speaker is Omar Vera.
I'm starting to suggest that maybe Hoyt St Street should be ADA accessible. It's a transfer point between the A, C, and the G, and many people use that station to go to and from, I believe, a lot of you agree, to JFK Airport.
One thing I have noticed that's very creepy is that this platform is completely dead. That one across from us. It used to have more trains a long time ago, but take a look at this. People are throwing trash onto it. This is the ejector room. And something else disgraceful. No elevators. This station is not ADA compliant. And that's a big problem. That's why I put Omar Vera's clip from yesterday. So pretty much he is not lying when he means the station's not ADA accessible. We're going to take a look at these platforms, pretty much see how disgraceful the station is because it's not ADA compliant. Now, in case you don't know what ADA is, ADA, quickly want to mention trash on the tracks, not just in Queens, it's also here in Brooklyn too. ADA stands for Americans with Disabilities Act. It was signed in 1990 by President George Herbert Walker Bush. It was an act by him to design handicap accessibility for people in wheelchairs. And if Bush 41 is watching this video, sir, this is why I call you a humble man. Because you did something important. And this is why I want to keep your fight going, Mr. Bush. Take a look. All this just is stairwells, no elevators. And look, there's a baby down here. There's a baby down here. They had to put the baby carriage on the steps. That's another reason why you need an elevator at a busy station like this. Now, quickly want to show you. This is the G track that I just came off of. And this track right here is for the A and the C line. See, this is what you get. This is exactly what you get. And take a look at this. Believe me, I'm going to report this to, taking a picture of this right now. Do that while I'm recording, thankfully. Yep, I'm reporting that to NYCT Subway later on. They need to know about this. The station manager needs to come here and take a look at it. But see what I mean? No elevator. None. How is this acceptable? This legislation, signed by, more graffiti. This legislation by President Bush in 1990 pretty much was supposed to expand ADA accessibility. But why not here in Brooklyn? And why not on the E and the M platform at Court Square 23rd Street? I don't understand that. Here comes a train right now on the other platform. I'll let it pass by so I can quickly let you take a look at the station. So, this is Church Avenue service, and this is Manhattan service. So we're going to go to the other platform right now and take a look at this. There's no elevator here. None. We're going to have to go downstairs and take a look at this. Here comes a Queens-bound A train to Far Rockaway right now. And here comes the... Yeah, they do have countdown clocks here. See, that's an improvement. But this station can do a renovation, that's for sure. This is a very busy station. Very busy. Wait for the train to go by. More trash on the tracks. Yep. More of it. Oh boy. Already noticed this too, folks. Take a look at this. Another abandoned platform. This is so scary. And look at this! Someone left their boots on the track. This is exactly why I'm very annoyed with the media. They don't cover stories that are very important. This is a major station in downtown Brooklyn. New York 1, CBS 2. And look at this, a spoon on the track. Do you know there could be a track fire? Fox 5, ABC 7, Pix 11. Where are you guys? Get over here and complain to the MTA. I even want Greg Marker to come down here and take a look at this. If Andy Byford was here, he wouldn't be able to hold his cool. Like, I know the Europeans, they have a nice demeanor attitude, but trust me, Andy Byford is a no-nonsense guy. If he saw that, he would find the station manager and be irate. He would say it's unacceptable, and he would say, I'm not going to tolerate this. Now, I'm sure he would agree with me that we need an elevator here. Let's take a look at this. I've only seen 2 stairwells. 2 of them. More graffiti. I'm not going to show. I think it's appropriate. More graffiti. More graffiti. Let's go to the end of the platform. More of it. Here's some nostalgia. I think that's from the old TA. Yeah. The old New York City Transit Authority. The old version. I'm talking about 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, my grandfather worked here. So, here comes the C train right now, going to Euclid Avenue. So we're going to go to the other stairwell and go that way. Because as I just mentioned, and again, Omar Vera, if you're watching this video, when you're telling the truth, you're telling the truth, man, because this station needs an like at least 4 elevators. 4 of them. There's no elevators in the station. How is this acceptable? This is not ADA compliance. I am very annoyed that we've let this issue go on for almost 30 years. All right? That's when President Bush signed that law into bill. 30 years. President Bush was here, he would not be too happy. I'm talking about Bush 41. I don't know if his son would, that's a whole different story. But Bush 41 would not tolerate this, that's for sure. Yeah, see? I'm on this platform. All there is stairwells. 4 stairwells, no elevators. That's why I'm going to keep mentioning again. We got to keep the fight for the ADA accessibility. This is not acceptable. There's 2 exits. You have this one right here. And I believe there's another one. Schermerhorn and Bond Street. But I want to go to the other exit. Because obviously, for all we know, there may not even be an escalator here. So, it's bad enough we don't even have elevators for people. I mean, how in the world do you not have an elevator at the station? How? I ask you all. And this is what Omar Vera talked about at the board meeting yesterday. And I mentioned his name earlier. You know who I'm talking about. Bush 41, right? He would not tolerate this. He would say, how is this acceptable in New York City? Here's the old-fashioned barrier. So I gotta admit, realizing how big this problem is, we gotta keep fighting. If we don't keep fighting for ADA compliance, I'm gonna walk up that way because it's too noisy. We don't fight for ADA compliance, we're not gonna let Andy Byford know the real truth. Because we have a battle, folks. And if we don't keep this battle going with ADA compliance, we're really gonna be in hell or high water in the next 10 to 15 years. We need to show the world that New York City can improve. We need to be like London. We need to be like Tokyo. We need to be like Toronto even. Remember, Andy Byford fixed Toronto. So if he can fix Toronto, he can fix New York City. So that's going to conclude this video. Thank you for watching. Until the next one, please take care.